Hey guys, what's going on? This is a question that we're going to deal with now that I get all the time in the BBZ Discord. So I'm not going to. This is from a bunch of people. It happens a lot. If I'm brand new to poker, what should I be focusing on? Like if I'm brand new to the game, what should I be trying to learn? And the answer to that question is pre-flop. You should just be trying to learn pre-flop strategy as well as you can. It's something that you're going to use a lot. It's a skill that you're going to use a lot throughout your time playing No Limit. It's never going to go away. You're always going to have to play pre-flop. And the knowledge to some extent is pretty permanent in the sense that like there's not going to be a ton of evolution. It's not going to change really dramatically. So what you learn is going to be really useful next year, next week, next month, whatever. So I would really say focus on pre-flop. I think that when I say that, people think it's easy, but the majority of like high stakes regulars that I coach, when they first come talk to me, they make a lot of pre-flop mistakes. So it's something that it's an area where you can build a real, true competitive edge against the field. And I think you can do it pretty quickly. And I'm actually just going to show you how to do it right now. This is an example of a button opening range. You can get this on BBZPoker.com. You can just get the pre-flop charts, the complete chart package, and then this is a component of that. So here we've got a Chippy V button opening range, and I'm just going to show you how I would use this strategy that it's suggesting when I was playing. So the first thing is it looks like a lot, okay, and it's kind of a lot of hands, but it's actually pretty easy to memorize, and I'll show you why. So the first thing is that when I look at this, I see we open all of the suited face cards, okay. So we open Jack 2 suited, Queen 2 suited, King 2 suited, and Ace 2 suited. So if I know that I'm opening, so I just remember that I open all the suited face cards. Simple. I don't have to remember like Jack 2. I don't have to remember the outline of this. I just in my head I have open all the suited face cards. I also have opening all the suited fives. Okay, so we open all the suited face cards and all the suited fives. Now that's going to leave some of these suited fours here. In the beginning, you might even just be fine with making some small mistakes. When you first get started, and when you don't know anything about No Limit Hold'em, and you're just trying to get better at opening the button, you could say, okay, I'm going to just open all of the suited all the suited face cards, and all of the suited fives. And never mind, when it gets trickier than that, I'll just accept the fact that I'm going to make a mistake with 10-4 suited, 7-4, 6-4, and 5-3, and that's it, right? So I'm going to open all these suited fives. I'm speaking vertically, but I suppose it's not opening 5-2 suited, but I was speaking about this column here. So all the suited fives here, all the suited face cards, and that pretty much covers my suited hands. I open all the pairs, offsuit eights, okay, and then ace deuce and king six. And that's so when I'm using this, I say, okay, so what I'm trying to remember in my head is okay, it's ace 2 offsuit, king 6 offsuit, suited eights, all the pairs, suited fives, and suited face cards, okay? And that's that's going to capture most of this tree. And then when I'm playing, I'm going to kind of pay very close attention to the button so that I remember that this is exactly what it is, and I'm going to be repeating this kind of almost like a mantra to myself while I play. Okay, it folds to me on the button. And it's not about the hand that I get dealt. It's not like whether or not the hand's an open. Every single time when I'm playing this session, every time that I'm on the button and it folds to me, I'm going to tell myself what my range is. I'm going to tell myself it's king 6 offsuit eights, every pair, suited fives, and suited face cards. Okay. And by doing that, I kind of pound it into my head, in the very first session. It only takes 1, 2, 3 of these sessions where every single time it folds to you on the button, you repeat your range to yourself. And then after 1 or 2 sessions, you have a pretty good handle on what you should open from the button, and then you can move on to what you should open from the cutoff. But it's always the outline of the range. It's always the perimeter. It's always the worst hands, and I'm always trying to group things together. So you'll notice that I didn't say ace deuce, king deuce, queen deuce, and jack deuce. I didn't say that because I don't know if it's just inefficient, but it's just not helpful for me when it comes to remembering it. I just say suited face cards. That's easy, right? I remember the suited face cards instead of ace deuce, king deuce, queen deuce, jack deuce. If it's the suited face cards, I know I'm in there, right? I say offsuit eights because instead of saying okay, 9-8, 10-8, jack 8, queen 8, I just say offsuit eights, right? And yeah, sure, offsuit sevens mix here. That's fine. you don't have to nail that. It's not like when these hands mix to fold. The other thing, when you're looking at these charts, any hand that is currently mixing to fold with this range is worth 0 to this range. If it wasn't worth 0, it wouldn't mix to fold. How much money is folding worth to you? How much money do you make when you fold? You make nothing when you fold, right? How much money do you make when you fold? Nothing. You lose the pot. So you make 0. So if the hand is torn between folding and raising, that's telling you that the hand is worth 0 to this strategy, okay? And that means if you don't open it, the consequences aren't that significant, right? So I wouldn't worry so much, especially if you're just getting started, about these mixes here. I wouldn't worry about 10-3 suited. I wouldn't worry about any of this stuff. I wouldn't even worry about, you know, making some small mistakes with like the suited 4s here. I would just focus, if I was just getting started, on suited face cards, suited 5s, every pair, offsuit 8s, king 6, and ace deuce. And so the only real like part of this that I have to remember that's kind of a pain in the ass is king 6 and ace deuce, because these parts kind of stand on their own, right? And in this way, like, you can just simplify this, you know, grid of hands to like just a few key lines to remember in your head, a little story that you tell yourself, and then you kind of repeat that story every time it folds to you on the button as a mantra, and then you go through your sessions. And by the way, this is actually what I do, and this is like I still do this sometimes. Like, I still do this for like opening. In particular, I do this when I find a pre-flop spot that I screw up a lot. Like, then I'll do the same thing. So like if I'm trying to learn something, this is just how I do it. So hopefully this is helpful and you guys are getting something out of this and find it useful. So good luck, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.